All right, season four, preseason. We're about, what are we, maybe 8 days out from the draft? Something like that?
Crazy.
Something like that, yeah.
Crazy, huh? Next Friday, boys. We getting excited?
Oh yeah.
I've already got my boner pants on. I'm so ready.
Yeah.
I got the Rasta right next to me.
It's so
And
good.
Oh,
I'm so happy we're doing that. It's
I,
so
I
good.
I think that's the right call. Like I was initially team beer, right? Like I was very excited. Like, maybe I get a few free beers out of the deal, but Craig talked me into the Rasta. I think that's the right call too.
Yeah.
We were all team Rasta, right? Christian, you eventually switched over as well.
I switched over. I was team booze.
Yeah, yeah.
I was like I kind of thought about it and a lot of people were kind of mentioning it like $100 of booze doesn't get you that far
I don't
these
think so
days.
either. That's why I'm with it.
It's not like he's getting a keg. Like if he would have gotten a keg, I probably would have gone keg.
Hmm.
But like, I at the same time it's like because he has to wear it all night, right?
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
I want to see him look
Oh
like a
yeah.
Yeah,
jackass.
Oh yeah.
it's not
Oh
like
yeah.
just for like the idea. We'll get to it in a second. We'll get into it in a second. But yeah.
Oh, it's awesome, man. It's awesome. Yeah, today's pod's gonna be a little different. We actually haven't done these topics in a while. We're gonna talk about Christian, what's on Christian's brain, kind of go down narrative street, right? Like some things that we're hearing through fantasy Twitter, and kind of like whether we believe them or not. Then we got a couple like season long bets that like we kind of want to discuss. So, Christian, what is on your brain, buddy?
Yeah,
Take it
I
over.
got a few things. I didn't want to get too into the Tanner costume because that
I
was on
figured.
my brain,
Yeah,
as it is probably everyone's. Like,
It's on
I was,
everyone's brain.
I was kind of wondering, like, okay, so he's gonna have to wear it the whole draft. I'm wondering, like, is it a two piece or is it just one big outfit?
Oh, it's
By looking at
I
it.
have ever I think it's one big outfit.
Because like
So,
I'm just thinking like how obnoxious is it that you have to take it off every time you piss
ooh.
and then you have to put it back on like a fucking romper. Like,
I'm I didn't even think about that. But
It's kind of the
a
punishment
hundred
that keeps
percent,
giving.
dude. Oh
It
yeah.
just keeps on giving. You have to put it on so many times.
Yeah,
yeah,
something
it's
Beautiful.
I
it's
just
pretty
keep
tough.
reading like you need to inflate it and then stuff it afterwards. So
Oh,
whatever that maybe means,
we'll we'll
we'll
find some
figure it out
stuff. We'll find some stuff to stuff it, but
for sure.
um and then also, another thing is now that the 100, and it kind of ties into that, now that we didn't do the booze, I'm curious. It sounds like we kind of have our minds made up on like ordering pizza, which I think is a good call.
Hmm.
Um, but I'm wondering like, what's everyone going to be drinking? Because if
Oh yeah,
Dev is drinking liquor, this draft is a whole lot different than if Dev's drinking beer. So
that's
like.
true.
I'm curious what everyone's going to be drinking. Marcus coming into town. I know some people have to go, so how much will people drink?
Hmm.
Um, yeah. So and then a lot of people might be in the same boat as me, but I have a pretty good gap of not drafting between picks. So like what the fuck am I gonna do for that time? I have nothing else to do but to drink or do something, So I'm curious to know kind of like how that's going to play out, how the Airbnb is going to work. But I think it was a good call. I'm glad no one's like offering up their home, knowing,
Oh,
like
I'm pumped.
I'm sure it's just obnoxious hosting, nine guys, dealing with families and stuff like that. So I'm glad the Airbnb worked out. Just just a reminder to everybody, I'm gonna be out super early. Dev, I won't need a ride anymore. But I'm getting picked up early. So if you are staying, just please make sure you clean up and lock up and that I don't get knocked on my Airbnb profile. So
Oh,
otherwise, somebody else is on the hook next time.
no, dude, talking it through, I think people are like planning to get a little weird, right?
Yeah.
Planning to stay a little bit. I think like
Yeah.
Tyler and Eric got to ride out there and or maybe Uber and back. Like I'll Uber out there, I'll Uber back, right? Like
Yep. Sweet.
Devy's staying, Rhodey's staying. I know Marcus has to kind of get back to his family, and Craig's kind of
Yep.
like up in the air. I don't know much about Derek but Tanner's always down to get weird. So
Yeah. I would
I'm pretty
say
excited, man.
Yeah, and I would say like bring like don't leave any booze at the house. Just bring booze with you. Whatever booze is left, like just bring it with you. You
Yeah.
know, like take it home, enjoy it while
Make the
you
morning easy.
yeah, while you roster bait the next day, you
Oh
know.
yeah, dude. Dude, a lot of roster baiting going on. We got like
Oh yeah,
2 weeks until like football afterwards. Kind of a
right.
weird. We're usually later in the calendar year, but
Exactly. But yeah,
Patrick Mahomes,
that
second
about
round.
does it.
new topic on the pod. I kind of brought it up here. We're just gonna kind of talk about like some narratives that like we're hearing, right? Kind of out in the Twitter space, out in the news. However, you kind of like get all your fantasy shit, right? Like whether you believe it, whether you don't, right? Like, I kind of left it as like loose parameters, right? So like you guys definitely kind of take it however you want, but I'll kind of start things off here. And I had this as three separate categories, but I'm gonna kind of like jumble it all together as like offenses I just believed are like fixed now all of a sudden. Um, San Fran, I think they're fixed. I know Christian's very much different, but I love where every single San Francisco player goes, right? Like ADP wise, I do. Raiders, I think they're fixed. I love Chip Kelly. I think the Geno Smith thing is awesome, right? Like a lot of the Raider players, I think are like good to go. And I'm also believing in Jacksonville, and I just think that like they're fixed as well. I
Right?
had them separately, right? I love Liam Cohen. I think is sweet. Travis Hunter, right? Like whatever running back like you believe is the guy there, right? Like that's cool. But yeah, mostly coaching, I would say, kind of like sways those, right? Like Chip Kelly, I'm a big fan. Liam Cohen, I'm a big fan, right? Like San Fran, I think was just like health, but I like all three of those offenses. Yeah, and for the most part, like I see myself like hammering like a lot of those like ancillary pieces, if that kind of makes sense. So, what do you guys think about my first narrative? Um,
I don't hate it. I am curious. You make a good point with like Liam Cohen and Jacksonville. And it's so funny to me because like we literally a year ago or 2 years ago, like ETN was a first round pick, like a lock.
oh yeah, dude.
And now he's kind of that Bucky Irving role, but people are all high on Tank, which is
Hmm.
fine.
Hmm.
Like, or any of the other backups. It's like,
Yep.
but it seems like ETN is just. It seems like no one likes him anymore, and it's like
Yeah.
I don't know. I think that if I was gonna take any player at their ADP, I think I would still lean ETN, but that's just me.
I think Dev had him as wild card guy last week,
Yeah.
right? Right, like
He's
makes a
just
lot.
he's a toy that nobody wants to play with anymore. He's
Oh,
just
Yeah,
completely forgotten.
can
And
absolutely like swing leagues, right? Like
for sure.
could be top 12, could be like
could be garbage.
could be absolute
Could
garbage,
be,
right?
Yeah,
It's
he's
like
the
could be
cut candidate if he's not good.
absolutely, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
man. Christian, what's something you're believing or not believing? What are you hearing narrative wise?
Um, it kind of falls like with Ben Johnson. Like I've seen half the people like, okay, is Caleb bad? Is Caleb good?
Dude,
It's like, how is this?
I got the same one. I love
this
it.
is a good this is a good one.
It's
I
like,
got the same
okay,
one.
is Chicago gonna be good? Is Chicago gonna be bad? Is Caleb gonna be good? Is Caleb gonna be like where do like is Rome the new like St. Brown? Is D I don't know. But it's
Mm.
like is Swift. I saw some stat that like what was this? I'll have to get back to it because I don't want to like take time to search it. But it was something about Ben Johnson and like running backs. And it kind of like led to us believing like Roshan Johnson might get a lot of touchdowns
Yeah.
kind of deal.
Goal
So
line guy.
something like that. But I'm also like on the flip side, I'm like, will Detroit be affected by Ben Johnson's loss? You know,
Mm,
it's like
mm.
I don't know. I mean,
Kind
I
of
think there's too
a
much
Ben
talent.
Johnson thing. I love it. Yeah.
I think there's too much talent on Detroit to really like say they're gonna fall off super hard. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, I mean, there's a lot of pieces to it, and I'm very curious to know which way you guys think, you know.
I love it, man. And I'll just kind of jump right in, right? And I'll kind of say what my second narrative was because
Yeah.
it kind of ducktails on yours a little bit. But I think Caleb Williams after this year Like I see him missing the fucking like screen, right? I see him being frustrated, right? Like I think he's pretty average, man.
He's
And
just
like
out, just
I'm
out.
kind of believing in that narrative, yeah, where like I arguably I think he was probably the worst rookie quarterback to play last year, right? I mean, Penix had his moments, right? Like, yeah, we didn't get to see JJ, right? Like, I don't know, man. Caleb, he's got he's similar to kind of Marv with me, where I just
I
like
thought he had a pretty decent season last year.
I thought so too, but I don't know.
I like numbers wise. I because I thought
he might have numbers wise, but like
I
definitely like took a shit ton of sacks, right? Like did
yeah,
not
I mean it was nothing great by any
no,
means,
it
I
was
think
not.
but I think I remember reading like it wasn't as bad as people are saying it was.
I do think with the upgraded offensive line, I do think Caleb will. I think this season will tell us a lot. I'll just put it at that.
That's where I'm at too. Do you think Caleb gets drafted next Friday?
Yes.
Okay, I don't, but
No fucking way.
See, this is a perfect
No
example
way.
of like a Jaden Daniels situation. It's like if he's there in the last round, in the 14th round, why not take Caleb Williams? Because let's say he does thrive under Ben Johnson. Now you have a quarterback in the 14th round next year. I mean, this guy was
yeah,
the number one overall pick. I mean, he was the best prospect since
yeah.
Andrew Luck. Like
Yeah.
it's not like it's that like if Caleb Williams comes out this year and has a top 10 season, I'm not gonna be like that surprised.
I'm kind of at the point where I would be surprised. I think.
Okay.
I think I saw like 17 games. I kind of thought he was okay, right? But like
Like if he
people can
threw
take leaps, absolutely. You know.
if he threw for 3,500 yards, let's just say 3,500 yards, let's say 30 touchdowns and 12 interceptions. Like I'd say that's a good year,
Yeah. Oh
but
yeah.
I'd say that's not crazy.
Yeah. 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 The marriage of Ben Johnson and like Caleb kind of scares me a little bit. Where I think like Ben's a little wants to play on rhythm, and I don't see Caleb doing that.
That's
But
fair. Yeah.
I
that's
saw
where we're
that
at, right?
narrative.
Like
I saw that. Yeah.
yeah, that's kind of where we're at narrative wise, though, right? Like you could take two sides of that street for sure. Uh,
Yeah.
Debbie, anything you want to add narrative wise? Anything you're seeing on the fantasy streets, man?
Yeah, I mean, I obviously not very prepared for this, but I mean, I do remember seeing something today, and maybe it's just some preseason speak or whatever. But my favorite and everybody else's favorite, RJ Harvey,
Mm.
scraping the bottom of the barrel in the
RB,
depth chart.
yeah, dude.
For all the love he was getting, and he got old JK on top, and who was it? Audric
All,
was number
oh
two,
yeah,
and
all the rest of them. Jaleel McLaughlin,
yeah, McLaughlin. Yeah, and just
Blake Watson, all those guys are up
very
above them.
interesting. But
Hmm. It is.
again, that's just speak.
Yeah, another guy I'm interested to see where he goes next Friday. You know, I can't get like
Second
a
round.
good I can't get a good grasp on him. So I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Christian, anything else narrative wise that we kind of burned through the two that I had? I kind of jumped a little bit on you.
Another one like it could be super brief, but like you look at good wide receivers and you wonder like
Marv.
what are they going to do like with the quarterback situation? It's like, do people trust Justin Jefferson with JJ McCarthy? It's
Mm,
like, do people, I mean, the thing is, it's like, are good, and I feel like this is the only position that it matters, but like, are good wide receivers going to produce no matter what? And I'd say 90% of the time they do. Like, I feel like if a receiver is elite, he's elite. You
yeah,
take him, it doesn't matter the
QB
quarterback
proof.
situation. I don't give a shit. I mean,
yeah,
so the question is like, okay, is obviously Justin Jefferson's elite. Is he gonna go higher than CD Lamb? Like
yeah,
maybe people prefer CD. But I don't know. It depends, how people view the quarterback situation.
yeah. And there's certainly a lot out there on JJ. Right? You flip the
Yeah.
page, he's awesome. You flip the page, he's dog shit. Right? Like there's a lot to read about JJ.
Yeah. It's
Hoping the
very
guy
interesting.
put yeah. hoping the guy plays some preseason, right? Like that'd be kind of fun to watch here. So
Right.
Mhm.
I'm with you. Next up, kind of our last little segment here, we kind of threw out the FanDuel sports book and just kind of like looked over some like season long like stuff that maybe we liked here. I'm gonna turn it over to Dev, who sounds like he has like a page of notes that he
I
that he
do. I
likes
gotta.
of.
I never look at this. I never look at this stuff because I don't bet on it. But
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I went to the page that you sent and I was just like curious and like I saw a bunch that was just like I'm glad I don't do this because I would probably be
Oh yeah,
pissing
buddy.
away a lot of
What
money.
what what stands out to you? Let's go.
I do want to start with this one because I think you both would be very. I don't think you'd do it, but I think very interesting.
Okay.
I saw, a lot of, I was just looking at like receiving yards overs and rushing overs and whatnot. But I was scrolling down and I was looking at the most reception touchdowns
Hmm,
by a wide receiver.
that's awesome.
Okay.
And I mean, obviously, uh, Mike Evans was sitting there at plus 1400.
Okay.
No Godwin, got some rookies, some young guys. I don't know. I think it's kind of interesting.
It is kind of interesting. I actually kind of like wanted to bring that one up as well. Just like how awesome Jamar Chase was and like where he was at compared to like the rest of the field, right? Like
Mhm.
I think he had like plus 550 odds and the next person was like plus 700, you know. It was
Yep.
just
Yeah.
like all day long. I love the Mike Evans one. Like he's another one where it's like you hear a
He's
lot.
down the list, but I think it's kind of a fun one.
It is a fun one. It is a fun one. I 100% agree. I like that one. What else you got, buddy?
Um, I got a homer one that I think is just an easy smash. Aaron Jones over 3.5 touchdowns,
Hmm,
rushing
Rushing or receiving?
rushing.
hmm, okay.
That
What are
was
the odds on that? Like minus 200?
minus 130.
Really?
Hmm, okay.
I mean, that just,
Yeah. I would agree with you there. I would agree with you there.
like another one was Kelsey over 4.5
Oh
touchdowns.
God. You and Kelsey again.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, why not, right?
Yeah.
They have a whole slew of problems in the receiving core.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
what's on.
Yeah.
Um, I'll just do one more here. Matty Marv was over 6.5 at minus 122.
6.5 tutties. That sounds about right for
Yeah.
him. I get that. I get that.
He goes out and puts up 14 touchdowns. I mean,
I mean,
Are
yeah,
you guys
just
if I
smashes.
don't get a Marvin Harrison fucking like season long bet between you
that's
two,
true.
I'm
That's
pretty
true. We better come up with something.
Yeah, we'll have to take a look at that.
The way the
That
way
just needs to happen.
the way Dev's talking about him, he better be his second round pick coming around on the turn.
Yeah.
Whole lays, dude.
First round pick. What are you talking
Uh,
about?
we touched on mine a little bit. I was just more so like looking at like receiving like prop touchdown bets of like just looking at the field and just like thinking how fun that was about Jamar being first and just kind of what the rest looks. The other one I was going to bring up was the rushing bets. Who do you think has the best odds to like do rushing touchdowns and have the most rushing touchdowns this year?
Like who do I think?
Yeah,
Like who do I think is the favorite or who do
who's
I
the
think
favorite? Yeah. Who's the favorite? Yep.
I would honestly I feel like I got I don't know. Like I want to say Saquon would be the favorite,
He's up there. Yep.
but I gotta think that Hurts is such a wild card that he takes.
Who that's the one I was going to jump out. He is second, right? That's the one so
Yeah,
Derrick Henry's first, right? But like
sure,
the fact that Jalen
sure.
Hurts is second was like the point I was going to make was like
Yeah,
it's that's nuts, man, to me. Jalen
Crazy.
Hurts kind of gets forgot about a little bit as like kind of one of those better quarterbacks. Yeah, and the rest are kind of like pretty good odds here. No one really jumping out. David Montgomery still has like pretty high odds up there, which kind of surprises me. Gibbs is up there, just all the same guys that you're kind of expecting here. Ashton Jennings actually kind of a little lower on the list, which kind of surprised me. He has maybe like the 12th or 14th best odds
Huh.
for rushing touchdowns, but
To
okay,
lead the NFL, you're saying?
to lead the NFL. Yeah,
Yes.
he's
Right.
probably about 14th if I'm kind of doing like my loose
Got it.
math here. So yeah, what sticks out to you, buddy? You got anything good, Christian?
Yeah, I have one. I have a few that I'm like pretty high on. A few that I've already bet this season. Like I've already bet some of mine preseason. So I could either tell you my bets or kind of where we're going with this segment. But I think my three of my favorite that I at least saw on FanDuel that stood out to me. Michael Penix Jr. over 18 and a half passing touchdowns. I just feel like there's too many weapons to only have less than 20 passing touchdowns. They're gonna throw the ball. Like
Yeah.
it's not like the Falcons are a dominant running team. I know they have Bijan, but even he catches the ball out of the backfield.
Hmm.
I mean,
That's
obviously,
fun.
I think we're all expecting a good year from Drake London.
That's a good
Um,
one, dude. That's awesome.
That's
I think
fun. I
Penix
like
over
that.
18 and a half passing, and I
Drake
don't know
Drake
why it's that low, but I like it.
Drake
So
London's going to have 15 by himself.
he fucking might, dude. He might,
Hmm.
honestly. Another one I really liked was JSN over 975 and a half total yards. So basically 976 and above. I think he's far too talented. I think Sam Darnold is equivalent to what Gino was last year. I think that without DK, without Lockett, I feel like JSN is one of those very forgotten but very good talent receivers that I think
Yeah.
to just assume he's gonna get what I mean, what is that? Like out of 17 games, what is that, like 80 yards a game? Not
Well,
even.
like everyone gets 1,000 yards now,
Yeah,
right?
right.
Right? Like with 17 games, like 1,000 yards is very achievable. I'm surprised the line is so low on him. I like that bet as well. Yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, it's not like Seattle's going to be blowing people out where he's going to be sitting weeks. I mean, and Seattle's a good enough team where they're going to be probably be playing for something week
Yep.
17, 18.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So I like that one. And
Mhm.
then my last one, which I was a little surprised at the number because it was so low. I would take over Mark Andrews over 5.5 receiving touchdowns.
All
Ooh.
right. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Because he led the NFL in tight end touchdowns last year, and
Which
he
is
didn't
nuts.
score the first 5 games.
Oh, he was so dog shit the first like
Yeah,
quarter of the
he
season.
averaged like 3 points a game the first 5 games,
Oh
and
yeah,
then all
dude.
of a sudden it was like touchdown, two touchdowns, touchdown, touchdown. He had 11 last year in the last what 11 or 12 games. I mean,
Yeah.
like I'll take my chances to have him score in essentially a third of the games.
Yeah. Well,
You
and
know,
he is their touchdown guy, right?
yeah,
Like
and I mean,
I
Oh yeah.
likely he's going to be a little banged up. I
yep.
mean, I don't think Henry is. I mean, Henry's going to probably have double-digit touchdowns, but
Yeah.
when they get close to the goal line, it's not like Lamar runs a ton in. It's not like he's Jalen Hurts,
Nope.
or even Josh Allen. I feel
Nope.
like he throws a lot
Hmm.
near the goal line. But
Yep.
so those
I
are my
like
three.
I like that one too, dude. Yeah. Yeah. For as much as I like Zay Flowers, he hasn't really been a like touchdown guy, right? Like Mark
No,
Andrews
I think he had
five and a
four
half is
last.
nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's nice.
It's pretty alarming that Lamar had like 40 touchdowns last year passing,
And Zay
and
didn't have
Zay
any.
only had four.
That's true.
Like that's kind of shying me away a little bit, but
Yeah, that Zay Flowers train was definitely like one of
yeah.
these last year. It was his high highs and low lows. That's for sure.
Right.
Cool, boys. Well, we'll wrap things up. Next week we are predicting our first round. Always one of my favorite episodes. I
So
love
much
it.
fun.
I love that shit. It is a lot of fun. Yeah, just like gets you kind of prepped for a little bit too, right? Of like, ooh, okay, like didn't expect it to go play that way, but like could definitely see it play that way. So it's
Quick
good stuff, man.
quick question, because I know we probably have a minute or two
For sure.
to dabble since our topics were a little quick this week. Does everybody have like do you feel like everybody has their keepers in?
I think there's no way Tanner has his keepers in. I I I can't go into next season with Tanner's keepers. Cortland Sutton, I'm fine with. Sorry, Isaiah Pacheco, I cannot keep
No.
as my next keeper. So I think Tanner makes a trade.
Yeah.
That's about all I got though. I see one more trade kind of taking place. Maybe you guys see more than that.
No.
Are you guys involved in any trade talks?
I've kind of cooled down. I've kind of made all mine. I know Dev's trying to get rid of JT, but
Mm.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
I do like JT. Obviously, I can't move off of Gibbs. If I still had the number one pick, I would definitely make some moves, but I can't move off of Gibbs. In hindsight, if I did a little hindsight, I think what I would have done is I would have kept the number one pick. I would have picked Gibbs, and I would have kept Jameson, and I would have kept Achan.
Yeah,
In hindsight.
sure.
But Jameson's still out there if anybody wants to make a trade for him. I could use a little bit of depth on the in the draft board. So
Yeah, I think it's mostly locked in. I see one more trade here. I think keepers get locked in 24 hours before the draft, right? So Thursday at 6 p.m. we would kind of like lock down the board and
yep.
kind of go from there. So yeah, sounds
And
like
what are I was gonna say, what are we voting on this year?
I don't have a whole lot to vote on. I know like reseeding was something that I had written down still to kind of bring up at the board at
That's a
the
good one. Yeah.
with everyone in front of us. Maybe like the punishments we could like talk through a little bit more again. I know that got kind of spicy last week, but that's kind of the two that I have written down.
Yeah.
Nothing too crazy. I think like the league's been we've been pretty solid, right? Like we've kind of figured out like when waiver wire or when trade like should end and punishments. I'm pretty happy with where we're at. So yeah, I think we've made some pretty good adjustments.
I
Agreed.
hope Craig can make it and we can get everyone there.
Hell yeah, dude. That'd be a
That'd
good
be
time.
awesome.
That
That'd be a
would
good
be
time.
so fun. That would be so
Yeah,
fun.
that would be a good time, man. I'm pumped for sure, boys.
Cool.
All right, boys. Well, we'll catch you next week. We'll figure out time to predict the first round.
Cool.
Sweet.
All right, boys. Later.